Hey guys, in today's video I will talk about how you can download the Tableau from the Tableau website and install it in your system. So right now I am here in the tableau.com, and here it has these options of product, solutions, learning. So the product that we want to download is the Tableau desktop. So generally you can go into the products and go to Tableau desktop to download and further install it. Or you can, sometimes it's given down there also about the Tableau desktop, like this, try Tableau for free. So get the free trial. Once you click over here, then you get the option of Tableau desktop. So you can download the free trial, which is for 14 days. I think it is a sufficient time to really evaluate the solution if you are looking for a new solution and want to evaluate for a company. So you can give your business email or personal email and download it for free. And down there it has a couple of other options. Tableau Online. So if you want to use the similar solution but it is a cloud based, then you can use this. Also Tableau Server, where you can use the Tableau Online and save your workbooks to Tableau Server. Also Tableau is offering Tableau Public, which is nothing but Tableau Online, which you can download. The only thing is, once you save it, you have to save the workbook in a server. So we'll talk probably later about that. But the focus is that you go ahead and download it. So once you give your email ID over here, it will give you the option of download free trial. And once you download it, it will be available in your system. Like this, I have downloaded a few days back, and once you download it, you can double click. Since I have already installed, it will give me the option of repair and uninstall, but the installation is very easy. You can simply click on next and continue with the installation, and it will going to finally install it. But if you find any issue or not able to install it, you can comment your questions about what kind of error it is giving, or maybe you can search on Google. I think a lot of information is present on how to install it and remove the issues if there is any. Alright, once you have installed it, it will be available in your system, and through the icon I am just opening the Tableau desktop. The icon may be available in your start programs, or it may be available on your desktop if you have chosen during the installation that you want the icon on the desktop. And here is the quick interface about Tableau. So it has a lot of features. Its window is divided into 3 sections. On the left hand side you have the options of connecting to various data sources. On the middle section you have the option of seeing the recently open workbooks, and down there you have the information about the sample workbooks which is coming along with this Tableau edition. And then finally at the end, on the right hand side, you have the information about getting the training, about how you can connect the data, visual analytics related training, understanding Tableau, and more training videos. And down there you have resources about the blog, Tableau conferences, forums, all of that information which you will require once you will start making your hands dirty with the Tableau system and start developing the Tableau workbooks. Down there you have the visualization of the week. That's something available through Tableau Online, where a lot of contributors are present across the world submitting their visualization, and one of the best visualization get picked up and shown as a visualization of the week. That for me work as a motivation about what different people are really doing with Tableau, and how you can really make your visualization a professional one while looking at how others have done it. So I will really encourage that you go down there, look at the visualization of the week, and make your visualization more beautiful. So that's about it in this video of how you can download and install it. In the next video I will going to talk about more for this interface, what it is, and in more upcoming videos, we'll go more in depth into visualization and how to do certain type of stuff within the Tableau. Well, thanks for watching, and keep looking for the next video and subscribe to the channel. to get the videos directly in your inbox. Hi guys, in today's video I will talk about the different types of connections that is available within the Tableau so that you can connect to whatever data sources that you are looking for. So this is the Tableau workbook that is open from the last video, and the idea is that to show you the different types of connectors. So for example, most of the times we have the Excel as a connector, so where we can simply choose Excel and it will open up the information about our data sources, the location from where we can import the Excel workbook. As you can see, it has the option of figuring out whether there is any Excel workbook is mentioned over here. Apart from this, you can take the information from a text file, because mostly servers, let's say, give you log files and all in the form of a text file, or any other data source is giving you the text file, then you can take it through this. It's very simple. Again, it will open up the dialog box and you can select the text, CSV or TAP file and get it imported. Then you have Microsoft Access database related files, where you need to specify the database location and all. So if I click it over here like this, you need to browse the file if there is any password or any workgroup security, and then finally open it. JSON file. The interesting thing is PDF file, because you can read the PDF, and I have a separate video altogether to show you how it can read the PDF file, because most of the time even I struggle with that. If I need any government related information which is published on government data websites, they are publishing the critical information in a PDF, and within the PDF you have tables, and to get that information you really have to copy paste and then fine tune the data to make it more meaningful. But with the help of this option, we can straightforward download the data directly into Tableau and make a little bit of adjustment and make it useful for our dashboards. We'll talk about the spatial file for location related data, statistical file, and when I click more, it has the option of figuring out whether you want to use any Tableau related workbook information, Excel, CSV, all the different options which you are directly seeing over there. Here on the left hand side, it's basically given over here. Apart from this, if there are any server locations like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, or Amazon Redshift, apart from that, a lot of options is given over here, like Firebird database, Esther database, Teradata, Splunk. So a lot of options is given over here from which you can really directly connect and get the data directly into your Tableau workbook. Like Salesforce, one of the very interesting one, because mostly organizations these days are using Salesforce. So it's very simple. You just go and click. It will open a Salesforce interface where you can sign in from your username and password, and it will just ask you to whether you want to allow the access of Salesforce to Tableau. That's pretty much all you need to do, and you will be getting the data directly into your Tableau workbook. So these are the various options that we have. In coming videos, we will be exploring a lot of these options based on where the data is stored, to walk you through about the examples and how you can configure and do the advanced configurations in the upcoming videos. So that's pretty much about it, and in the next video I will going to walk you through with the workbook about what the workbook is, what the dashboard is, story, and there are different parts about filters and how you can make selections, stuff like that. Well, till that, thank you for watching, and subscribe to the videos to get directly in your inbox about the new video information. Thank you. Hi guys, in this video I will give you a quick overview of Tableau workbooks. So here we have a couple of sample workbooks in the Tableau trial version that we have installed, or the professional version that you would have installed. And let's try open the Superstore workbook and see what it is there. So here is a workbook which is being created by the professionals in Tableau, and I'm just using it so that you can get an idea about what are the things that you can do with the help of the Tableau and these stunning visualizations that you can create it. So before I go to the visualization, let's go ahead and understand a little bit about the different tabs which are present over here. So what kind of tabs they are, whether a sheet or a dashboard. So at the end, if you see, you have these little three icons. So the first icon is basically a new worksheet. So worksheet is where you configure the visualization. Dashboard is basically the place where you use those visualization and basically pick multiple sheets and combine it. So for example, here in this case, the customer is a dashboard and it can be identified with this small square icon that has the two crossing lines. Similarly, it is here, new dashboard. So with this icon, we can identify, okay, this is a dashboard, and within this dashboard, you have these multiple sheets. And you can actually take the visualization from these multiple sheets, put it over here, and show it like a consolidated view for your senior management. It also has the capability of drilling down based on the filter specified. And based on that, you can do the drill down. So for example, here the 2014 data or 2015 data, stuff like that. So all is what I will leave it as a default. And so this is a dashboard where you can use multiple sheets. And here in this case of forecast or what if forecast, so if I click over here, this is basically a sheet, and a lot of options are given on the left hand side here and at the top to configure the sheet. So this is where we create the visualization. Once we create the visualization, we can create a new dashboard from here, and it will appear like something like this with a blank space along with the sheet information, and you just keep on dragging the sheet and create multiple visualization to create one single dashboard. Then finally what you have is the stories. Stories and dashboards are pretty much similar, but how I see a difference between a dashboard and a story is that stories are very, very specific and something like used as a presentation where somebody is really explaining the visualization and providing some sort of a commentary on that visualization. I don't see any story over here, but if I need to create one, I can click over the story and it asks us to add a caption. So maybe whatever caption that is related to that, we can enter it. So for example, if let's say we want product sales by maybe country, or you can say highest product sales. Once you do that, you can go into the products and see what are the options that is available. You just drag it down these that particular dashboard over here, or if you have a sheet like this. So as I mentioned, it is similar to your dashboard, but it's just that it is very, very specific. So if you want any other information, you can drag it down over here and make it. Once your one story is complete, you can actually give it a name to a story. Like here, it is saying that you can show the title, or if you don't want to show a title, and then you can create a new story point which is following this point after the product. What is the next story related to it? Product commissions, and maybe what you want is the commissions dashboard over here, and it shows basically based on the different products that you are selling, what are the commissions that is coming. So this is just a very example with much of a connecting thing, but the idea that I'm trying to give is that first you create your first talking point, explain it to your audience, then you create a second point, and then you go ahead and create another one by creating a new story point blank, and then add like order details. So if you are a product specific organization, you can create these stories related to the products, which is helping your audience to understand how your products are getting sold, what kind of commissions are companies giving on those products and stuff like that, which is probably important for your business. If you are a sales related organization, then probably your focus will be on the geographies, about what are the geographies in which you are doing good sales, and then within the geography, what are the products that are getting mostly sold, and then maybe within the sales you want to focus on specific customers. So basically you can create the entire story and then take these blank slides and keep on adding the sheets or dashboard based on the information that you have it here. So this is the sheet I just entered. So that's the option that you have to basically create these stories, which is similar, as I mentioned, to your dashboard. So here we have the three things: the dashboard, the sheet, and then finally we created one story out of it, which is just for the example, but I gave you the basic idea about why you need to create a story and how it is different from a dashboard. So that's the very quick overview I just wanted to give you about the what are sheets, what are dashboard, and what is a story, and a basic difference about it. That sheet is to create the basic visualization which you want to use either in dashboard or in story. And then I finally told you about the difference between a dashboard and a story, about when to choose which one based on the need of your audience. So that's pretty much all in this video, and I will meet you in the new video with the topic of how you can create these visualization within the sheets. So we'll start with the basics. So here is the JSON data. You can go to this link. I will put this link into the description of this video so that you can also test it. And what it is, it has given us a simple JSON file which I can right click and save as. Once I save as, you can choose the location and give the path to give the name to the file. So what I have given is data.json as I gave it earlier, so I will not going to save it again. So here this information is in JavaScript object notation as the full form of JSON, and if you are having the file in the JSON format, then let's see how you can connect it into the Tableau. So like every other connection, it is very simple that you just choose the connector. So here in this case, here is a JSON file connector that we can choose, and once I click over here, it asks me for the location. So I have the information or the JSON file stored over here, data.json, which I saved it earlier and show you. So click open. Once you click open, it basically gives you the schema, that this is the schema, and you have city, HSE with the example of what is the value which is present over here, and you just click OK. Once you click OK, all of the information is present in front of you, and that's pretty much all you need to do to import the JSON data into the Tableau. And once it is in and you are satisfied with the format and everything, you can go into the sheet and start examining and creating the visualization on the data. So that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this quick video of how you can connect to the JSON file, and I'll talk to you about more videos or the new topics in the new video. The idea is how we can connect to the Access file. So this is the Tableau 10 workbook or the interface. As we open it, and here I can go into the Access option, and here I have earlier I have selected the database, which is nothing but the Adventure Work sample database. But if you have any other database, you can browse in, go to either desktop or downloads or any library where the information is present. So for me, the data is present in Access, and Adventure Work sample is what I want to use it for this demo. And if there is any password, you can supply the password. And if there is any workgroup security related to it, then you need to provide that. So since this is a sample file and it is in my local system, there is no password or workgroup security related to this, and I can simply go ahead and open this. Once I open this, it shows me all of the options or all of the tables which is present in this data set or the database, and I can simply drag the product table and sales order table, let's say, as a different table. And here I have both the tables, and Tableau have automatically created the join. If I want to change the join, I can click here and select whatever join I want to create, whether the left join or the right join, or the full outer join is not present. So inner join, left join, or right join is what I can create and get the information over here. And I can specify whether I want the live connection, that means all the time it is connected to the database, and that helps that if my database is changing or the values in the database are changing, the value in the Tableau dashboard will also be going to change as soon as it happens in the database. But if I want an extract, that is mostly people do, because they do the offline reporting and does not want to change the result as and when user is viewing it, because what happens that if one viewer is, or the one report analyzer is analyzing the report on one number and it changes, that creates some kind of confusion. So sometimes, or most of the times, the better option is to go and use the extract, so that all of the data is extracted and it is not changing frequently. Once you do that, you can go into the sheet. So I need to save this. Maybe I can just go ahead and save. And once I save, I can go into the sheet, and here the dimensions are available to me from the product table and the sales order detail table, as well as measures from the product and sales order detail, which I can use it on my canvas or this white blank area to produce the visualization and make the dashboard or report. If you want to go back again to the data source, you can go here on the data source page, and if you want to do any changes, you want to add something, you want to change connection, you can do that and move back and forth between sheet and data source to make sure that you have whatever you needed to produce the report and dashboard. So that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss in this video, and I would suggest to subscribe to the channel so that you can get similar videos if you want to learn more about Tableau and other BI tools. So here is the PDF file, which is the report on economic well-being of US households in 2016. And on the page number 30, if I'm not wrong, when I scanned this entire document, or I was earlier trying to import and seeing in Tableau how it is working, I was able to see that on page number 30 some good information is given. So if I go to page number 30, so one table is here, and I think on page number 31, yeah, this is kind of an example of a good table that we may want to import, but Tableau does a job in figuring out, okay, this is also a table, but what I observed that it just picked up this first section but not the other one. So we'll see this. Alright, so let me go into the Tableau, and let's get the connector here, PDF file, and we need to specify where the PDF file is, and the PDF file is here, 2016. And here it is asking us whether we want all the pages, single pages, or range. So let's go ahead and click on all the pages. Just want to warn you that it will going to take a couple of seconds, or even in some cases minutes. So here in my case, it has very quickly gone ahead and did the scanning, and maybe because I already did it as I was exploring this PDF document earlier, but at the very first time when I imported the PDF, it took me around 15 to 20 seconds, or it took Tableau to 15 to 20 seconds to really scan the document and then get these tables. So we were at page number 31, and we had two tables on page number 31 as it is mentioned. So let's go here, page number 31, and here we have the table as we saw it here. So we are at page number 31 here, as you can see, and here is the table, wages or salary, self-employment and all. So income source, wages and salary, self-employment, and here is the range of, I think, 18 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49 is what the range is given over here. by age. So that's the table you can get. There is another table, table 2 on page number 31. Let's go ahead and see what it is. And I do not see any table. So let's see what Tableau is really scanning. Remove. Page number 31, table 2. So I think it is probably the same table, wage and salary and self-employment. It is just counting it twice. So to clean such information, sometimes what you can do is you can use the Tableau data interpreter, in this case of where you have some messy data, and once you click over here, what it does is it tries to clean up the information. As you can see, there was an additional column and now it is being removed. So similarly, there was a table on page number 30. So if I remove the table here and go to the page number 30, table 1. So here is the table 1, which is available on page 30, and as you can see, even after using the data interpreter, it is not really useful or not very clean. I'll just remove and see what is in table number 2, and comparatively better. And if I go and use the table number 3, yeah, much better information. So that's how you can very easily get all of your PDF document results or PDF document tables directly in Tableau and start using it for your visualization requirement. And it gives a lot of advantage when there is a public data which you really need to extract and do some analysis with the internal data and combining it with the external data. So that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss in this video, and I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic. Here is the sheet that or the workbook that I'm using, Superstore, which comes with the Tableau 10. So if you are running a Tableau 10 professional or a trial version, you will get this worksheet with you. So the idea is that when I'm selecting any of the measure or the dimension, we will see how this show me visualization tab will going to enable the visualization. So let's say if I select commission as a variable, you will see that bar chart and a histogram is basically becoming an active one, and I can just simply click on it and the bar chart will be created for me, or maybe histogram here in this case will be created for me based on the default values and the default configuration of Tableau. Alright, once we are here, what we can do is we can remove this information, the default one, and let's try to select one variable, one measure, and one dimension, which is region. So I just hold the control key and selected the both of them. And now, as you can see, there are a couple of more visualizations like bubble chart and box and whisker plot, the tree maps, and the circle views. These different types of visualizations are becoming an active one, and I can simply click on this and create the visualization for me. So like this, central, west, east. So now if I want, I can expand this a little bit. So for example, I want to see each of the region by salesperson. Then I can simply go ahead and drag the salesperson to this shelf. And now all of this information is displayed for me. And the square size is basically indicating the sum of commissions that is given to salesperson. If I want to change the visualization on the fly, well, I can go in and let's say I select tree map. So this is how easy it is. I can just select the tree map, and based on the region and the salesperson, I am getting the information. So that's basically how simple it is within the Tableau, that you just select any measure or any dimension and see whether visualizations are getting enabled or not. If it is getting enabled, you can play around with it and try to see whether it is making sense for the work that you want to achieve with the help of Tableau and with the help of the data. So that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss in this video about how you can select dimension and measure, and based on the visualization enabled in the Show Me palette, you can select and create the visualization very easily and quickly. So I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic. Let me open up a Tableau workbook, and within this workbook I have this story created for you which will help you explain the different types of file types. So Tableau has multiple types of file types, or somewhere around 8, and each one has its own usage in a particular scenario. So in today's video, that's the objective of explaining you when to use which one. So the first one is the Tableau workbook, and this is basically contains data visualization with the live data connection, and you can share your workbook with users who have access to the data. So as it is mentioned, those users sometimes they are like fellow developers and have the access to the similar data sources or with the help of connection string, etc. And if you need to share your work with them, you can use .twb workbook when you are saving your workbook and share with them. The next one is Tableau packaged workbook .twbx. So this is basically useful, or this is basically a file to view the data and visualization either in Tableau or Tableau Reader. The benefit is that you have the data extracted in the workbook to use it offline. So this is ideal for users who does not have access to the data but need the analysis. The next file type is Tableau Data Extract. It contains the aggregated and filtered data that can be used readily in another Tableau workbook, as well as when you don't want to hit the database again and want the data available offline to use in one or many workbooks. This type of extension is really helpful, and we will see in upcoming videos about how we can really use it. The next file type is the Tableau Bookmark .tbm. It contains the connection to another workbook in Tableau, so that you don't have to create the similar visualization again and again and merge it. Only question is that the workbook in the existing workbook and the new worksheet should have the same data and fields. The next type is the Tableau Datasource Tds. It contains information related to data source like location, username, password, etc. This is ideal for situations like a custom data set that you or your multiple team members use it regularly. So think about a scenario that you are working on a solution, and based on the business requirement, as it keeps changing, you are changing your data set, and you want other developers, fellow developers, to use the same data set with all these custom information. Then you can save it in the Tableau Datasource Tds file extension. The next one is the Tableau Datasource Extract. It is similar to TDS with an additional feature of having the data available offline. So in case of the TDS, you need to have online or the connection to the data set so that you can use it. But in case of Tableau Data Source, the data will be available offline as it extracts the data from the data source, but with all the customization done on the data set. For example, if your client or another team need massaged data, which is basically some incremental analysis on your existing data, this type of file will be very useful. The next one is the Tableau Preferences. It is helpful in creating your own personal themes or company themes which require only specific set of colors for banners and visualization, etc. This way you don't have to set the colors for each and every object again and again, and that saves a lot of time when there are multiple colors or multiple conditions that you need to set according to your business requirements. The next file type and the last file type is the Tableau Map Source .tms, and it is used to create custom maps, as well as by saving the file with this extension, you can share your work with colleagues by sending the file, and that will help them to avoid the rework, doing the similar sort of work to create the similar kind of map. So these are the 8 different types of the file types that you can have within the Tableau, and take advantage of that. Well, that's pretty much all in this video, and I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hey guys, welcome to the new video of Tableau tutorial, and today I will going to talk about how you can connect to your data sources. So to create any visualization, it is very important that you first connect to your data source. So let's connect to the very regular one that we usually find in most of our organizations, which work like the Excel one. So once I click Excel, here I have the sales file, which I am giving you in the description section as a link that you can download and practice it with. So this is the sales that we have, and let's open it. So it is doing some processing in the backend. Alright, so here is the interface that is given to us once it has imported all these three sheets that is present within the worksheet or the workbook. So order sheet, returns, and users. Let's drag the orders sheet. So here we have the orders, the information about the orders, and we have orders as a row ID, and then order ID, then order date, order priority, order quantity, and so on and so forth. These all various different columns. Alright. After this, you must be seeing some of these icons which is mentioned over here, which is, let's say, order date. In case of order priority, low, high, or not specified as ABC, and then hash in case of order quantity. So what they indicate basically, the Tableaus. So I keep interchanging this term ClickView or Tableau because I work in both the technologies and produce the videos for both of them. So pardon me for that. And so here hash means basically the numeric value. It indicates the column contains numeric value, and order priority is basically character as it identified, and that's why it has predefined it as a column which contains text. So, but in some cases like this, here in case of row ID and order ID, these are definitely numeric values, but these are not the ones on which you are going to do certain operations. For example, sum, multiply, and all. So sometimes it is meaningful that you convert them into a proper format. So what you can do is you can click over here, over here, and put it like string, whatever is right for this column, string. So it will consider it as not as a number, so that accidentally if you are doing any operation, it will not allow you to do in the front end. And similarly, click over here and put a string. So that's about it about how you can very simply go ahead and change the format, and as it correctly identifies the date format, as it is saying, we don't have to do any change. So if you identify anything else which you want to change, you can do that. Apart from this, I want to indicate or put a focus over here, which is more sort of a globe icon, and what it indicates that it's a geospatial data for use it in the map. So ClickView has the Tableau has an internal table which basically indicates that this information is matching up with that table, and if it is, then it indicates that it is a map related information, and by default specify it as a state, province, as it is mentioned over here, these different options that you can see. And once you plot these values on the map, it will correctly do that. So province, here in this case of region, if you identify that it is a correct region, then you go into the geographic role and say country region, and then it will start identifying it a proper region. Alright, so that's about your different formats that is available before you finally go and import it into the data, into the sheets. And once it is done, what you can do is, other thing is you can, if there is a need of renaming the values, so maybe discount, customer name, anything which is more of a technical and less of a business friendly, you can go in and rename, and you can simply type the value discount on orders, so that will make it more meaningful. So that's how you can basically go in and and rename. Apart from this, there is a reset name. If you want to come back to the original one, you can copy, you can hide the values. You can create a calculated field, which is very important because mostly within the business scenarios, we have to create a field. So for example, profit, if something we want to create, or in this case it is already created, but let's say if we have a requirement, then when we can see what is the sales amount and what is the cost amount, and then subtract the cost from sales. Alright, so you are done with all of this information. There is a small information on live or extract. So live is something, it is connected online or live connection. That means if there is anything changes in the Excel workbook, or if you are supposed to connect to a server, and if anything changes over there in a database, it will be changed over here. And it is sometimes considered as a little bit slow as compared to the extract, where we say that you want to extract all of the data within the Tableau system and then use it in the workbook, which is stored in the memory, and then definitely the operation is comparatively fast once you are doing any manipulation, data visualization, stuff like that. So I suggest, because you are learning this system, always put an extract so that you don't have to really face a kind of a technical issue or delays in terms of how the visualization is happening or refreshing. And then once you become a pro, you can experiment with what is a better option for you. And after this, you can add the filters as it is mentioned over here. If there is any filter condition, it's very simple. So maybe like order priority, and then you can say you just want the data for order priority which is high, and click OK. Click OK, and it will filter up the data based on the order priority. And then you can also have the option of specifying multiple filters, keep on choosing and filtering the data. If you want to remove this, edit this or remove this, simply go ahead and do it. It's very intuitive. If you have used any BI system, or even if you have not used, it's just that you should know where to go to do that particular operation, and then just simply specify the values. Alright, sales is here. Apart from this, I will just go ahead and mention about let's say returns, and put it that if you have a requirement like this. And here in this case, it does not identify any common field. That's why it is shown as in sign of exclamation. If I click over here, it gives us the multiple options of inner, left, right join or full outer join. Let's say we have multiple fields, but what do we have? Order ID in returns. So it's mainly because it's more of a order ID where actual sales have happened, and these are the returns, which is probably not included over here, and that's why it is giving you the issue. Well, if you don't want this, you can remove this, and you can put users and see. Here in this case also, you don't have any common field on which, or the data in which you can really get the values out. So let's remove this. So the idea I want to give you is basically the orders or the multiple tables that you can drag it over here, like here in this case returns. It shows you the kind of join it is creating. So here if it is highlighted blue at the center, that means inner join, and then so on and so forth, as it is very indicative about what kind of join it is creating for you. And if you want to change on the field in which it is creating join, then you can change it from here. Let's say I don't want an order ID, but I want, let's say, customer name, maybe, for example. If it is not present, then you may need to go back, but if it is present, you can specify the customer name over here. So that's about how you can create joins and get the multiple tables over here. And in the next video, I will talk about how you can go ahead and create the sheets, create the visualization based on this data. So once you are done with this, you can click save, and once it will ask you where to save it. So let's say test workbook, maybe here. Yes, let me save it in a document and just put a save. To save the workbook, you must either create the extract or click cancel to use live connection. Alright, let's create the extract and let's create order sales. Alright, and once we are done, we can come back to sheet, where I will show you the next video about how you can go ahead and create the visualization and use these various options, dimensions, measures given here, and produce the stunning visualization for your users. Hey guys, welcome to the next video of Tableau tutorials, and in this video I will going to talk about how you can create some simple visualizations within the Tableau system. So in the previous video you have seen that how you can import the data from the Excel, and now we will going to use that data here in this sheet and create the visualization. Alright, so one of the very simple way is just select the fields. So maybe let's say for example we have product name, or let's take product category because it has a lot of values. So product categories, and let's say order quantity. So we are interested in knowing by each product category what is the order quantity. So I have just put the control after selecting product category, control button, and I selected order quantity. And now I can drag both the values over here, and it will show me that within the furniture what is the order quantity, within the office supplies, and within technology the respective product ordered quantities. Let's say if I want other measures, but before I do that, very quickly I want to show that within the rows you have the product category. So this is a shelf, basically what they call. Within the row shelf you have a product category, and here within the mark shelf you have sum of order quantity as a measure. So after this, if you want something in columns which will make it more of a pivot kind of a structure, so let's say order priority, if I want it in a column, it will show you pivot kind of a structure, as I mentioned, that within the critical order priority what is the quantity, within the high order priority what is the quantity, within the low what is the quantity. Alright, so let me take it back, and if I want to increase the number of measures apart from the order quantity, let's say if I want to know sales, if I put it anywhere in the blank space nothing will going to happen, so I will have to put somewhere here and it will show you order quantity and sales. Let's say we want discount on orders. Whoop, it's probably not right. That should not be the discount, but we'll correct it, and let's say we will have profit. What's the profit? Let's say unit price, and this is basically the unit price. So all it's, as you can see, is aggregated over here. And if I want to change the aggregate, let's say I want to see the average of unit price, I can click here, go to measure and click average, and it will show me the average. Same is the case with sales and as well with other dimension. Alright, so that's about how it happens over here. And here in case of sum, let me take the average, and probably now it will show you the right value. So that's how you can create a very simple visualization, the matrix for within that visualization, and within one sheet you can create one visualization. So if you want to create something else or some other visualization, you can go into the new sheet. I just clicked over here and go to the sheet, and it will create give you the option of creating a new visualization. So let's say this time I do not want to select the fields and put it over here, but here I want to use this show me this visualization and basically select this. But to select this I need to enable this, and to enable this I need to select at least one dimension or measure. So let's say order priority and sales, and now you can see that I have some charts enabled. So I'll choose the bar chart, and as you can see some of sales is coming, but I want this by order priority, and as you can see now we have the bar chart, right? If If I want, I can further make it a little bit different by removing the product category. Remove. And if I want here product category, it will show me the sales by product category. Now if I want to add the order priority, I can do that, and it will show me in each product category what is my order priority. And then you can do all of those sort of things, but let's try and change the visualization a little bit. And if you right click and want to see the data background to this, you can see the data over here, which will be sometimes very helpful, and you can export it. Also, if you are interested in showing not in a horizontal fashion but more on a vertical fashion, what you can do is you can use this option, which is swapping the rows and columns, and it will now show you in a vertical fashion. If you want to sort it, you can sort it. Let's say I want to sort this one here, as it is saying ascending by sales and descending by sales. So in each of the category, it is going to sort the sales information for you, and that's how easily you can do it. Alright, now let's go a little bit advanced. So what we have is the sales by product category and order priority, and let's try to see within the same visualization how the profit is coming up for these sales. So we have the profit over here, and what I'm going to do, I'm selecting this and I will drag it down. I will drag it down to color, and as it is mentioned over here, this is the yellow sign is basically indicating the least profitable one, and the bluest sign, with the dark blue color like this, it is showing you the most profitable category here in this case. What you can say is by looking at this visualization that within the technology, the low priority orders are the most profitable one because you are earning most profit on that, and same is the case with the medium order. So this is more of a sum of profit, but if I want to change and say, let's say average profit, how it is coming up, average, and even in that case this category is good, but this category have gone down because as it is mentioning by changing the color that when you are looking at average, this profit is going down. So with the help of the colors, you can really make some very meaningful decisions or very meaningful understanding by looking at the data, because if you will just remove this and see this, it doesn't tell you much until unless you have some way to tell, okay, out of these categories where I really need to focus more, and once somebody needs to focus, it should be profit, then where? Here in this case it is a critical one and it is a less profitable. Alright, should I really go ahead with this or not? So that kind of things question Tableau basically helps you ask when you are really creating innovative and meaningful visualization by using these capabilities. So like this, if you have the requirement of creating any other visualization, you can just go ahead and create the next one and just simply add the visualization by going here. You have pie, you have together different types of visualization. I have a plan to cover it in different videos, but that's the way. I mean, it's simple. Just keep selecting the dimension and measure, and it will give you the option of which visualization will going to help you for these dimension and measure. Also, as it is mentioned for pie chart, you have down there you need to have one dimension and one or two measure. So let's say here customer segment and sales, this is enabled. Now I can just simply click over here or here or here or here. It will give me the related bar chart or pie chart, any other chart which is enabled. So that's pretty much all. I wanted to cover the basics of visualization, about how you can very simply go ahead and create the visualization within the Tableau and start up and running with this and make your visualization beautiful. Alright, I will meet you in the new video with some more visualization. Till then, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for getting these videos directly in your inbox. So bar chart is one of the very basic form of chart which if you are a experienced reporting analyst, you must have seen it or created at least once while you are preparing your reports. So let's see it how you can do it in Tableau, which is again very simple. Alright, so what we have, let's say commission as one of our variable and salesperson. So each salesperson get a commission based on the sales that they are doing, and we are creating a bar chart. So here is the bar chart that we have. I'll just disable it. So this is the bar chart. If I want, so this is not pretty and needs to be sorted. So if I want to sort it, here is the option. That's descending and that's the ascending. So I will just do the sorting on descending, and I have a pretty beautiful looking chart which will give me some good information. Which salesperson is getting the maximum commission and which one is getting the minimum one. Alright, apart from this, generally we are used to of seeing the vertical bar chart. This is a horizontal form. So what we can do is we can click over here, which is swapping the rows and columns. That means these two values. So if we click here, this is how our bar chart is coming. The only problem is this, that not all the labels are shown effectively. It's just that it needs to be a little bit expanded. So you can decide how you want to go, whether you want horizontal one, all of your labels will be displayed effectively, or if you have last label, you can go to the vertical one where you are getting much better representation, which is generally how eyes are used to of seeing the charts. Alright, so that's one thing. Another thing is, to make it more effective, you sometimes need some visual component which gives you an idea that in all of this information, how the few of the people are standing out. So for example, I have a base variable that means about the base compensation of an employee and whether it is high or low based on the commissions that is given to them. So if I just select this and put it over the color, and it is very intuitive that these two guys, William and Donald, even though they have got a very less commission, but their base variable compensation is very, very high. That means $100,000 as compared to all of the guys who are having $50,000 as their base variable compensation. So as you can see, this is how effective it is, that you are just putting the dimension value over a color, and what you are getting is the information which is standing out from all of this myriad of data and giving you an indication about based on the base variable compensation whether your salespersons are achieving the enough quota or not. So that's how you can really create an effective bar charts within the Tableau. Also, there are several other ways. Let's say you want to group this information in some sort of regions that you have. What you can do is you can put region before the salesperson, and now within the central, within the east, within the west, all of your information will be coming. The only thing is your base variable compensation related information is gone. So if I just remove, and maybe what we can see is achieved quota, let's say for example, and we want to see in each of these regions how salesperson have achieved their quota. If I go and put it on color, this information will be displayed again based on the range that is here. So 50 to 75% is in blue, so that's basically your 50 to 75%, 75 to 100% is here, and then 100% and above is here. So this is clearly standing information which is indicating you who is really doing good for you based on the salesperson that you have in each of the different regions. So that's how you can experiment with your measures and dimensions without writing any script. It's just that you keep on dragging to color, shape, and different cards that are given over here, and Tableau will just continue to show you the information, and then very easily you can select which visualization is making sense for you, or which bar chart is really making sense for you, and you can display it on presentation or within the story here in the Tableau. So that's very quickly I wanted to discuss about how quickly you can create an effective bar chart within the Tableau, and I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic. Line chart, as we know, is present here, like these three sections that we have. So line chart is mostly used in case of here you want to show trend related information. That means data should be distributed over time, and you want to see some sort of a trend or predict it, that whether your sales are going up or profits are going up and down, and accordingly you can take action. But within the Tableau, the line chart becomes more special because you have a lot of properties to adjust, like size of the line chart, color of the line chart, and things like that. So let's see it in action. First of all, select the measure, let's say sales, and the order date, and create a line chart, and select it over here. Here now we have the line chart with us, which is line chart by year. But if let's say I want to change or go a little bit down, that I want to show it by quarter, then I can get the quarter information. And if you see this drop little triangle, I can again go back, see it by month, how the monthly sales are doing. And if I want to go back again to the, let's say, year, which was much more better representation, as it is little bit very less clutter, and you can clearly see that from 2000 to 2015 there is a little bit decline, but then going forward there is an upward trend. Alright, now let's try to create a section. So let's try to create a section by putting regions, and what we want to say is basically in each of the year how each of the regions have performed. So for that I will just drag it down here, and this is central region, this is east, this is south and west. And very clearly you can see east and west are the two regions where they are really doing good, and even little at certain extent south. But central is where I think there is stagnant growth from 2016 to 2017. Alright, the next thing I would like to show you is changing the size of the lines. So what we want to basically see, I know that this is increasing, right? But how we are doing, let's say, in terms of profit. So whether this is increasing or not. So let's put it over the size. And here in case of east and west, because the line size is increasing at the end, clearly saying that its profit is increasing. But in case of central, it is declining, because from 2016 to 2017 the line size is decreasing. Same is the case with south, though the sales is going up, but the profit is declining. Alright, so that's a good discovery. After this, let's say we want to use color to really see how we are giving the discount. So let's put the color on here, and as we can see here in case of west, as the sales are going up, there is a definitely little bit better discount or more discount we will be giving. But in case of east, it is more apparent because the line color is getting more darker. But here in case of south, I think we are giving very less discount, and as you can see the line color is pretty much the same across the years. But here in case of central, it is very clearly visible the profit is going down. Maybe it's because we are giving more and more discount, because right from 2014 to 2015 to 2016 and 17 the color of the line is increasing significantly. So that means central is trying hard to increase its sales, but it's stagnant. It's reducing its profit by giving more discount. So that's the kind of interpretation you can get from this chart. So that's how you can really take an advantage of the color and size and make your line chart, a traditional line chart, a much more visually appealing and effective and useful for your end user. So that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss in this video, and I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic. And the sheet that I'm using is the Superstore sheet, which comes with as a sample sheet, just to explain how you can create the pie chart. So there are basically two ways to create a pie chart. The first is basically selecting the visualization after selecting dimension and label, or just putting the dimension and label over here and then changing the visualization. So let's go ahead with the first step, which is, let's say, sales, and then the dimension, let's say region, if I may select, and the pie chart is enabled. I can click, and here is the information. I have region as east, south, west, central, and the pie chart related information. And if I want, I can change it from region to something else. Let's say I don't want by region, but I want by state, so I will put it on color. And these are like multiple states that we have. That's why this information is coming or not very clearly displayed. So generally a rule of thumb is if you have more than 4 or 5 categories, generally it is not useful to show it on a pie chart. So I will go back. So I think I'll just remove country and state and put region back. And in that case it is clearly and much more information about how these different regions are really contributing to overall sales. Apart from this, during the chart preparation, if you feel like no, I don't want by sale but maybe by profit, you can just remove this and say profit to size, and you can get the information by profit based on your requirement. So that's how it's easy and simple to basically create the pie chart. Apart from that, additional enhancement you can do is label. Let's say you want profit to be displayed. You can just put the profit on the label and your labels will be displayed. And if you want to increase the size, let's say a little bit, then you can increase the size of the pie chart so that it is displayed based on your requirement into the sheet or the dashboard. So there are a couple of things that you can do related to the pie chart, but that's how very simple and easy it is to create it in the Tableau and then further use it in your dashboard and report. Before I close the video, one last thing, or maybe the better thing I would like to show, which will make pie chart very effective, is about using the angle. Let's say for all of this profit that we are showing currently on the pie chart, if we want to show it with the angle of discount, that how the discount we are currently giving. So as you can see, these are the different sections which are coming. So the maximum section is this particular one where you have 108,000 and then you have 91,000. So let's see it from the angle of discount. And now what it is showing you is basically where you have given the lot of discount. So with that, your pie chart is changed and your pies are basically different slice of the pies have been changed based on how the discount is. So if I just remove it, it backs to the normal situation. But if I want to add a twist to it and see it from the perspective of discount, I will add the discount to the pie chart and it shows us a much better information. So that's how you can play with your pie chart and make it more impactful and intuitive. Alright, that's pretty much all in this video, and I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic.